Hey guys, welcome back to the another video. Today we are going to talk about the book none other than Vex King's new books, Things No One Taught Us About Love. I'm a kind of more interested into reading about the love, what people think, what are their psychology, and these books fit into that category specifically. And you will definitely enjoy reading this book because this talk about more about self-love and how to attract and sustain healthy relationships. So this book is all about that. This book is hardly 200 pages, but it starts with understanding yourself, what your thoughts about love, what are your understanding about love. What we see on the social media, it's always not real, and almost 99% of the time it is not real. It's just that they talk about love and having the romantic, hopeless romantic kind of relationship. But when it comes to real understanding of love, it takes a lot of time to understand. It takes a lot of concepts to understand. I'm not saying you should always go with the logical stuff, but having a logical mind is always helpful when it comes to reading book. Excuse me because I'm not keeping well. My throat is paining, and I'm not really well since last 2 3 days. So this will be a more about the short and short review. The one thing I really liked about this book, Things No One Taught Us About Reading, though this is a kind of a combination of a lot of books I have read in the past. Like there's this book about Eight Rules of Love by the Jay Shetty. Then there is this book All About Love by the Bella Hooks. So there are a lot of different books I have read. And while reading this book, I realized some of the concepts are kind of repetitive, though those concepts are explained in a different way. That's the best part about this book, how to build a healthy relationship and with yourself and other. The initial first the initial first few pages or the first part majority talks about having your own relationship, having understanding your own relationship with yourself, and that's all about it. The first part majority, like, what do you understand about love, what is your thoughts about love, how do you understand love, how do you love yourself. And there are some practical guides also which talks about really in a way really a better manner, which is kind of things you should prioritize, kind of things you should understand. All of those things are explained in this book. The second part majority talks about understanding the relationship part, like when you are in love with the person, what do you really want, what do you aspire to be, what do you wanted to understand. This book also talks about the ghosting, because this is a new culture where we talk about situationship, hookup and ghosting. And majority people think that ghosting is fun, ghosting is you should do it because the other person should wait for your message, other person should wait for your reply. But that's not the case. If you really love someone, then you should go ahead and express your emotion, talk about your emotion in a really good manner, because that's the whole idea about love. Having a regret at the end of the deathbed, it's not a really good thing. So if you love someone, if you have feeling for someone, then go and express them. This is what I usually do, and I don't want it to keep any kind of a regret. And this book also talks about that, having not kind of a regret. I mean, the one thing I follow, what will happen, Max, she will say no, Max, she will get angry. But if she is also a good person, she is also understanding, then she will understand these are just emotion, and she also feels the same way for you. Then it is beneficial, and this is a win-win situation for both of you. So this is about that. They talk about the ghosting period, they talk about why you should not ghost. Then they talk about having kind of a different relationship goals that you should have. Basically, having different relationship goal means, like, you should prioritize your growth, you should prioritize your emotional well-being, you should prioritize your success, you should prioritize your individualness as well as goal as a together. So these two are the different things, and you should understand that really really well, and you should work on your individual goals as well as your relationship goals as well. So this book also covers that point as well. So when you are in relationship, you might feel that, or some people might have the trauma from the past or the childhood trauma. Then other person how help you to get rid of that trauma, that is another important part you will understand in this book. Overall, if we talk about the end part, is more about that, having a good relationship and building a good relationship with yourself and with your spouse or with your other person, or better half, I will say. There are few person which talks about also, if someone do not reply, if someone is not interested, then why it is necessary to move on, and why it is important to not spend your energy on that particular person. Because in this world there are like more than million people are out there. You just need to, you are just behind that one person who is not giving you attention or who is not worth for you. But there are like million other people, and if you find, like, you just have to go out and find out the right person who will fit into your category. fit into your list, who will equally putting effort into the relationship, then you should stick with that. So that's the whole idea about having a relationship. Though I have really enjoyed reading this book, there are only few parts which I really enjoyed and which I took note. You can see that post on the Instagram. I have put the quotes and everything what I liked about this book. So that's majority about this book. I know this video is not will be edited in a really good manner, or this video will not contains a lot of stuff like from the book what I learn exactly each point to point that I have explained on the Instagram. So you can go check that, because I'm not keeping well, and I'm not sure will I will to make a really great edit out of this video. But if you are the first time reading some kind of a non-fiction love book, if you have not read All About Love by Bella Hooks, if you have not read Eight Rules of Love by Jay Shetty, if you have not read other books related to the love category, which I have already explained in one of the previous videos, so you can definitely pick up this book. Though Vex Kings, all the books are really really great, like Good Life, Good Value, and a lot of other books. This is a kind of a third book I'm reading from this author, and I really enjoyed reading this book. Though I will say the 30-40% of the book I really enjoyed. Other stuff which I already know, so that felt kind of average for me. But if you are a completely new person, then you will definitely enjoy reading this book. So if you're looking for the previous book review by the Good Vibes Good Life, then you should definitely check out the video. I will put the link in the description. And make sure you follow me on the Instagram if you want a real-time update about what I'm reading, what I'm thinking. So that's all for the today's video. See you in the next one, and keep pray that I will get better soon. Bye bye, take care.